Moving on from question 13 of Reading Comprehension Drill Set number 5 over at lawhub.lsac.org, we get to question 14, the final problem of this drill set. As always, we're going to read the question stem first before conducting a potential targeted reread for that to address that task as needed. So 14 states, which one of the following, if true, would most seriously undermine Jackson's use of ethnicity as a basis for critical judgment of African Hispanic literature? So we've got logical reasoning in reading comprehension, and we want to show that Jackson is basically wrong, and we get the information about how Jackson is wrong in this final paragraph. He basically grabs people such as Nicholas Guillen and misuses their evidence. So we need to show that Jackson is not using the evidence the way that it should be in paragraph 4, or paragraph 3 rather. So starting with choice A, several 19th century authors whose novels Jackson presents as reflecting the black experience in Latin America have been discovered to have lived in the United States before moving to Central America. Okay, well, these are authors, but are they black authors? Are they non-black authors? This several 19th century authors living in the United States before moving to Central America requires additional information. So if it's black authors, it doesn't harm Jackson's argument at all, but if it is non-black authors, it could. So we can eliminate choice A as needing additional information. Then choice B, Luis Matos and Emilio Bayagas and several other Hispanic poets of the Negrista movement have been shown to plagiarize the work of the African Hispanic poets. Hopefully we remember that Matos and Bayagas are actually going to be the non-black artists, and if they are the non-black and they have plagiarized the African Hispanic poets, that would actually support Jackson's idea that it should really only be black artists commenting on black experience, so we can eliminate choice B. Then choice C, it has been discovered that African Hispanic authors in Latin America over the last 2 centuries usually developed as writers by reading and imitating the works of other black writers. Well, again, this is talking about black for black writers, so we can eliminate choice C as, again, showing that it really should be black authors commenting on the black African Hispanic experience. So we can eliminate choice C as, again, basically a task reversal if we think about it in the logical reasoning construct. Then choice D, a significant number of poems and novels in which early 20th century Hispanic writers consider integration have been discovered. Okay, so Hispanic writers aren't necessarily African Hispanic writers. And we're talking about racial integration, and we know that was key to this entire ideal of overcoming ethnocentrism, even if we go a little bit up into the second paragraph. So I'm probably going to leave choice D open. Lastly, Lastly, choice E, several poems that are presented by Jackson as authentic portraits of the black experience have been discovered to be misattributed to black poets and can instead be traced to non-black poets. This directly attacks the evidence as described in the final paragraph. And it's realistic to say, I'm going to hold on to D. But as soon as E matches directly, I probably select it and don't really consider D. But let's go back into it to find a specific reason to eliminate, largely for the purpose of this video. And it says, a significant number of poems and novels in which early 20th century Hispanics writers consider racial integration have been discovered. Once again, okay, are these going to be African Hispanic writers? Is this even related to Latin America? This is going to need a whole lot of additional information. And remember, when you're down to 2 for logical reasoning, either in reading comprehension or just the logical reasoning section overall, you want to default to choosing the answer choice that is specific. And here it's more specific because it says the poems that are literally presented by Jackson. So it's Jackson's evidence, not just broadly any poems, which is, again, why the correct answer is E. And hopefully by reviewing these explanations for drill set number 5, you're feeling more prepared to attempt more LSAT reading comprehension practice on your own in advance of your official test date.